Good morning, folks. Somber day, Saturday, March 30th. Today they will bury Officer Jonathon Diller in New York City. Don't know if you've heard about it. He was executed pretty much. His partner was almost killed also by two gentlemen that were sitting in a car in a bus stop, and they were asked to move, and they came out blazing and took Jonathon's life. Jonathon's been with the New York PD for I think at least 3 years. Leaves a wife and a 1-year-old child behind, and but there's more to the story than that. We'll go to Fox and Friends, where Brian Kilmeade will explain how the liberals in New York are trying to take advantage of this. And in reality, the liberals, the governor, the mayor, and even Letitia James is part of this story. They're the ones that put the policies in place that allow criminals. The guy who executed this officer had a long rap sheet and should probably be in jail. Thus, this wouldn't occur. Guy had like 21 incidents on his rap sheet. Had just passed probation. And I suspect he's a convicted felon. I don't know what he's doing with the gun, but anyway, welcome to reality. We need to back the blue, and in any way you can. When you see police officers, thank them for their service. Support them in any way that you can, and let's check in with Fox and Friends, where they tell us more about what's going on in New York City, where these liberals are trying to make it sound like they're pro police, and they're really not. So let's listen in.
Brian? Hey guys, yeah, well, I'm going to set the scene right now. I'm inside the Church of St. Rose of Lima, and all these pews will be filled up with about 800 friends and families, and so many police officers from around the country. There's also a second level here. Let me just give you an idea of what Jonathon Diller's passing and the way he's lost his life has done to this town. For the last 3 days, this entire road has been shut down. It's Merrick Road, Long Island, and we understand police officers coming in from as far as Dallas, Texas. They're coming in from Arkansas. They've let notice from Chicago. They expect maybe as many as 100,000 to come down. All this entire block is strewn with flags. 1/2 mile away is the funeral home. And in that funeral home, a lot of drama, a lot of emotion, especially with Stephanie, the 31-year-old widow of
This is where it gets good, folks. Make sure you listen to this part.
Jonathon Diller, who suddenly realizes she has a 1-year-old and is totally on her own. They made it clear, the family, they did not want politicians here that were not kind to the cops. This is a blue blood family. They got her brother is a police officer. Her uncle is a police officer. They are this town is full of firefighters and police officers. But it didn't stop Governor Hochul from showing up yesterday. She unfortunately did not have the patience to.
Hochul is a piece. We thought that our Italian friend, what's his name? Oh, I forget his name now. We thought our Italian friend in New York City or New York State was a dish. She's worse.
Wait in the private family viewing with the casket open, and she wanted to storm her way in. Details.
I've got to share this. You can get car insurance for as low as $22 per month.
Clashed, and then the funeral director had to come in and quickly close the casket, at which time she got blasted by the family. And then you'll see some video, perhaps you'll roll it in now a little bit later, of her when she was out on the veranda being confronted by her grandfather, Jonathon Diller's grandfather's uncle, who says, I just have to tell you, your policies have put blood on your hands. The policies of this city, the policies of this state have cost Jonathon Diller his life. The emotions were raw when Alvin Bragg came in. Reportedly, he was blasted by friends and family because of his soft arm.
It gets worse, folks. It gets worse. These people have no conscience. These people, these liberals in New York State have no conscience. Keep listening.
Crime policies, clamp down on Danny Penny, try to put Donald Trump in jail, let criminals go wild. So those are some of the confrontation.
Danny Penny was a guy who restrained a crazy guy on the subway and actually ended up chokehold killing him. But this guy was going to shoot up the subway car. Danny Penny, ex-Marine, stepped in and restrained the guy, and for whatever reason, the guy had an episode, ended up passing, and now they're trying to. I think he's in jail. They're gonna sue him. They're suing him, and he was protecting the public.
And some of the emotion, including Mayor Adams. He also heard some expletives thrown his way. He turned around, saw a sea of blue, and then he ended up going out again. So this is some of the drama that's taken this town, and it's really, really hit home because Jonathon Diller is the 9th police officer to lose his life in the line of duty, and he is one of the best with 70 collars, as well as 3 citations in just 3 years on the job. Now, I talked to Lee Zeldin last night, a very popular politician from this area, and I talked about the mindset of these politicians coming here thinking it's going to be a photo op. Listen.
When you get outside of New York City, the bluest counties in New York, whether it's Manhattan or Queens or Bronx or Brooklyn, there are a whole lot of other parts of this state that are red. They are more conservative. They are not happy with the far left policies coming out of a place like New York City or Albany or Washington, D.C.
Did it toss to Trump or not? So Lee Zeldin is somebody who got within 4 points of one of the governorship guys. But the guy that was accepted was the former president of the United States. Inside, the grandmother asked for a hug. Everybody broke into applause afterwards. He kissed the 1-year-old Ryan on his forehead. And he got a rousing welcome. And I talked to him after about what it meant for him to be here.
The family is devastated. The police force is devastated. The whole country feels this way, and it's happening more and more, and it's really a lack of respect for law and order, and we have to have law and order back in our country, and we're going to. The restrictions that are put on the police are so incredible. They're protecting the criminal. They're not protecting the police.
Brian, incredible report. Just to, first of all, to see where the funeral will be, get a sense of the context, the overwhelming support. What was it about this particular killing that has brought it such prominence? Is it both the simplicity of the stop, the brutality of the action, the valor of the individual, the policies? I mean, it's all come together, and then you get Kathy Hochul showing up and she's run out of town.
It's everything we talk about every day. And think about Guy Rivera. This guy's been arrested, spent 2 stints in jail. He's had 21 different violations.
Yeah.
He's a career criminal who had a gun 1 year after being off probation and was about to, it looks like, knock off one of these buildings there. And the guy driving with him is named Killer. It's everything we talk about. Don't put the criminals in jail. Emptied out Rikers Island, which people around the country know it's a major prison. At the same time, you got a Marine like Danny Penny who has to save a bunch of people on the subway, and he's being tried. It all is all wrapped